we found ourselves, these market forces, market dynamics that we're talking about are or come to be as a result of the policy made by the federal government. And a lot of Nigerians, me inclusive, I'm feeling the pain. I'm feeling the brunt. We cannot continue to keep quiet. We cannot continue to wait. But again, the labor are up and running, just like we are expecting them to be right on time when it comes to decision that has to do with Nigerian workers, and also the TUC when it comes to Nigerian labor workers as well, talking about Trade Union Congress. This is a situation that we found ourselves in this country, and now labor are giving their own part of the story, part of the bargain. This is what you should expect from us. We are not going to announce anything. We will shut down activities, we will shut down the economy if we wake up from our sleep and hear another increase in pump price of petrol. But again, this is a very difficult situation on the part of the labor. Yes, they are fighting for the common Nigerian man, because the life we are passing through now is very difficult. We are finding it difficult to breathe. We are choking. That is the true situation in the country, and we are still waiting to see what the president said will come in form of palliative, because it is not about, because I get something that Ajuri Ngelale said, the president has been communicative. Yes, he has been communicative, but without impact. That is exactly how I look at it. If at all you're going to communicate to Nigerians, let Nigerians feel the impact. Just like you communicated the fuel subsidy removal, just like you communicated the unification of forex, and we immediately, instantaneously felt the impact. We started feeling the impact, and we're still feeling the impact up till today. But the other measures, talking about the palliatives, you have communicated. Yes, he has been communicating, but how about the impact? We are yet to feel any of those impacts, and that is exactly what we are calling for. If at all you are going to come up with policies that will have an instant impact to Nigerians on the negative side, then if you are coming with positive impact, palliative or impact, let's feel it immediately as well. That is the expectation of Nigerians, because we don't know how long we will continue to wait. Although this is me thinking out loud here, but Nigeria Labour Congress have made their stand known that if we wake up to another increase of pump price, they will shut down the economy. And this is when I will be opening the phone line at this point, so that Nigerians will also react to this headline that we have for you today. I have brought a lot of headlines, but this is the first story that I've gone into details, and it's a story that really affects every single Nigerian. Let me open the phone lines to hear from you listening to me. What is it that you want to say? What are your thoughts? Because this is Voice of the People, where we give you the mandate, we give you the microphone, the power to be heard wherever you are, irrespective of your status in the society. This is your power to be heard on Voice of the People, 96.1 FM, 0700 010 961 961. I will take that again, 0700 010 961 961. This is the phone line that you can call and get through to us in the studio and make your voice be heard. Let your thought and opinion be heard on this platform. Let Nigerians hear what you want to say. What are your thoughts about this particular story that we have brought to you? You can call normal call, or you can use the WhatsApp portal. Yes, you can drop a WhatsApp message or voice note, or you can call via the WhatsApp. If you don't have airtime, you have data, call the same number through WhatsApp. You will get through to us in the studio. And also you can send SMS. We will read your SMS or your WhatsApp message. Don't sit on the fence. This concerns you as Nigerians, and we are giving you the voice. We're giving you the mandate to be heard. So do well to pick up your phone and call the studio line. Let's hear your thought, because I have read the part of the Nigerian Labour Congress and also the part of the government, as Ajuri Ngelale has reflected, and I also have given my own thought. Now it's time for you to give me your thought on this issue before we move to other stories. This one says, Naira slumps. CBN clamp down on speculators, restrict diaspora remittances. Let's go into this story. It's on the Punch newspaper. Following the tumbling of the Naira at the parallel markets in recent times, the Central Bank of Nigeria has started introducing foreign exchange intervention measures aimed at clamping down on currency speculators in the foreign exchange markets. Acting Governor of the CBN, Folashodun Shonobi made the disclosure to State House correspondents yesterday, Monday, at the presidential villa after briefing President Bola Tinubu on what the bank was doing to halt the slide of the naira. He said Tinubu expressed his concern over the effect of the recent development in the foreign exchange market, particularly on average citizens. According to Shonobi, the volatility of the naira in the parallel market is not solely driven by economic factors but also speculative demand. The Apex Bank governor said while he would not disclose specific details of the proposed intervention measures, he warned speculators that the proposed measures could potentially lead to significant losses for them. He said the primary purpose of his presence at the presidential villa was to reassure the president that the CBN was taking decisive action to address the concerns raised. He expressed confidence that the measures being implemented would yield positive outcomes within a few days. According to him, the CBN's ultimate goal is to create an efficient and reasonable operating environment that minimizes the negative impact on the average Nigerian's life. He said Mr. President is very concerned about some of the goings on the foreign exchange market. One of the things we discussed is what could be done to stabilize and what could be done to improve the liquidity in the markets, and also the goings on in the various other markets, including the parallel market. He's concerned about its impact on the average person, since unfortunately a lot of activities that we do which are purely local are still referenced to the exchange rate in the parallel market. We've discussed and I've shared with him what we are doing to improve supply. If you look at the official market, you will find that market has been fairly stable and the spread of the difference have not fluctuated as much. He added, we do not believe that the changes going on in the parallel market are driven by pure economic demand and supply, but are touched by speculative demand from people. Some of the plans and strategies, which I'm not at liberty to share with you, means sooner rather than later the speculators should be careful, because we believe the things we are doing, when they come to fruition, may result in significant losses to them. But my presence here is more about the concerns the president has and his need to know that we are doing something about it, assurances of which I have given him totally. I am deliberate in terms of giving my headline. If I'm reading the story, I go details so that I give the speaker or the person involved ample opportunity to be heard, so that it's not going to be as if we just go ahead to criticize or we go critical about some of these headlines. We take our time to look at the story. We give you the perspective of the speaker before we now come up with our own points on this particular story. We just read a headline yesterday that CBN are about to lose control on naira, and that's exactly what we are seeing today. The central bank governor, acting central bank governor Shinobi, visited the president to intimate him and tell him that they have policies in place that they want to implement, or measures and strategies they want to implement to improve the liquidity in the market. And he was saying something that, if you observe, there has been stability in the official market, talking about the INE window. But again, if you talk about stability in the market, how accessible is the forex in the banks for Nigerians? It is nearly not available, because yesterday we also took another headline that the banks are even saying in the past they used to have direct access to the CBN. Usually on weekly basis they have access to forex, that is dollar, from the Central Bank of Nigeria. But reverse is the case now. Even the Central Bank of Nigeria don't have it. So what are they going to do to improve liquidity? Yes, we believe and we know that some of these things that are happening are not pure market dynamics or demand dynamics. There are a lot of saboteurs in terms of speculators who tend to manipulate the prices in the parallel market, but that is the readily available market for Nigerians. And a lot of people who are importing goods in Nigeria go to the parallel market because that is where you can get the dollar readily. Yesterday we shared something. My colleague Chinwe Blessing went to one of the banks to see if they would have access to the foreign currency, talking about the dollar. But they were told that even the manager is on the waiting list. So a lot of people are already on the waiting list. It is not available. So the measures need to be measures that are going to have a huge impact, positive impact on Nigerians, because it has gone very, very bad. Yes, of course, it has gone very bad. And at this juncture, I'm going to still open the phone line Although I'll be going for a quick commercial, when I come back, I will link up with my guest analyst in person of Rufai Oseni, who together we will be looking at some of these headlines, these two that I've talked about, and even more if time permits us. The number to call on our program is 0700 010 961 961 0700 010 961 961. And again, I need to tell you that we also stream live on YouTube. You can go to Voice of the People Abuja or VOP 961. You will watch what we are doing right here in the studio of VOP 96.1. Of course, we are live. You can watch and watch and watch. You don't forget to like our handle, subscribe, and click on that bell so that you get notification whenever we are up here. We have a very huge presence on social media: Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Thread at VOP961. Let's go pay some bills, and when we come back, we will link up with our guest analyst Rufai Oseni, who together we will be discussing more on the Front Page Review on your friendly frequency, Voice of the People, 96.1 FM Abuja, with me, Aliu Doma.
Brace yourself.
So all I'm saying is,
oh man, wouldn't I love to go to
the beat rocks.
listen.
See, you're on the radio now and we have to deliver. And steady. Now the jamming that we want to jam for you now. It's a new starting something.
This is brought to you in the event of an actual emergency.
VOP 96.1 FM, your interactive radio.
We have been serving you hot and fresh content on radio, and you have been loving it. Now we're taking it further. Catch us live on YouTube at BOP TV for all the juicy content you can't resist. Talk shows, exclusive interviews, news, lifestyle, and more. It's all about you. BOP TV, show up, speak up.
The award-winning pizza in the US is now here in Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Romeo, the pizza champions, and Coldberry ice cream.
Delight in every
school. Visit any of our outlets and feel the rich taste from the pizza champions and Coldberry ice cream.
At number 4, Ogbomosho Street,
Area 8, Geriki, Abuja, or 3rd Avenue, Gwarinpa, Abuja, or Federal Housing Estate, Phase 2, Lube, Abuja. Call 0908-831-5906 or 0908-831-5908 or 0909-238-9861. Check us out on Instagram and Twitter at romeospizza.ng.
website
www.romeospizza.ng. Romeo, the pizza champions. Are you aware that Iruka Online Limited installed and designed a 100,000 capacity church building? Oh yeah, we are the sole distributors of global leading brands all over the world, such as Wafday Line Array, speakers and digital amplifiers, Preseno's digital mixers and studio equipment, Coswell workstations and keyboards, Fender guitars, Mapex drums, Ashdown bass combos, just to mention but a few. We offer flexible payment plan handled by our financial department with 24/7 customer care support system. You can visit our website on www.iruka.com to avoid buying fake products. You can also visit our showroom at number 36 Lagos International Airport Road beside Golden Tulip Hotel. Iruka, never settle for less.
Have you ever wondered if your opinion matters? Do you know that your voice can change the narrative? Your voice matters. Lend your voice today. Become a part of our family on Voice of the People 96.1 FM Abuja. Voice of the People 96.1 FM Abuja. Now you have a voice.
welcome back. And in case you just joined us, welcome. You're right on time. This is Voice of the People, 96.1 FM Abuja. Front Page Review is what you are listening to. And it's time for us to now link up with our guest analyst in person of Mr. Rufai Oseni, who together we will be looking at these headlines that we have for you today and go into the details with different perspective that you might not even think of. He's already with us now. Hello, good morning, Mr. Rufai Oseni.
Bless you. Good morning. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Bless you too. I hope you had a good night rest.
What?
I hope you had a good night rest.
Yes, thank you so much. Yes, I did.
All right. Let's move ASAP. We have a couple of headlines that we will be looking at today. Let's start with this. It says it's on the Vanguard, although it appears on almost all the papers. It's economic shutdown if petrol price rises again, Labour warns.
No, but there's nothing Labour that is saying that is not far from the truth. It's going to be economic shutdown. You can't afford to allow this economic shutdown, right? And a lot of people don't get it. When we increasingly tell them, they say, no, remove subsidy, market forces will take over. There's also there's something called market fundamentals. So if you don't fix the fundamentals, how do you get things right? All right, you want market forces to take over, but you have not done the needful. You want to remove subsidy, but you have not done the needful. You have not put in refineries. You have not put in refineries in place. All right, local refineries are not working. Things are not working in the economy. You are not looking for price buffers. You are still shelling the forex you don't have to go import commodities. We have become a highly dollarized economy. We act sometimes like we don't dollar in Nigeria. We don't know that dollar is bigger than that of America. So, and you want miracles to happen? They don't just happen like that.
Of course.
You know, people make things happen. You know, I remember this particular movie I watched many years ago. Third World Cup was a Jamaican gangster movie. Ratty said something very profound in Third. He said, "Guns don't kill people; people kill people." He said, "Guns don't kill people; people kill."
Yeah,
and that's what we should understand. So, economy don't just happen. People destroy economies. I hope you get the point.
Yeah, of course. So now a lot of people are even saying that they are not very so optimistic about the stance of Labour because more or less Labour have become something like more of a toothless bulldog. They've been saying they will do this, they will do that, but we saw what happened a couple of weeks ago, that when they intend to shut down the economy, they just march to various state government houses, and in Abuja here to the National Assembly, they were pacified by Senator Alundume, and from then they suspended every protest they intend to have. So how serious should people take the threat of Labour, or how serious would the government now view Labour's threat?
My brother, Labour's threat is serious, so people should not just mitigate it. And Labour has the support of a lot of people because people are suffering. If Labour's threat is not serious, when the federal government took the Labour to court for contempt of court after their protest, and Labour threatened they were going to strike, right? They reversed. Why did the government reverse that contempt of court? Why didn't they go ahead? Please, the people are agitated. The people are suffering. You saw now, if Labour decides to have a murder of all protests, easily they will get crowd because their own people are just protesting. You saw the protests in Port Harcourt. Almost every day of the week now people are protesting. And that's the cost of living. So please don't join them to say Labour is not effective. Labour is effective, but Labour is also giving the benefit of doubt most of the time, which is also a very circumspect thing to do. So that when Labour is going to take a position and take a stand, and I think we are going on a protest, people will not say, oh, Labour did not give them enough. Because the first thing everybody keeps saying is, it's a new government. They're just going, we know it's a new government. That's why they're giving them the support needed in criticism. Everybody wants them to do well. And criticism is also citizen support.
Of course it is.
But it does not mean that the hardship will take a back seat, that people are feeling, and we shouldn't talk about it. It's a new government doesn't mean that when they take bad decisions like they've taken thus far, we should not talk about it. Because that's what their supporters keep saying. It's a new government. How long are they going to take to settle down? but this was the president that said we're going to hit the ground running. We should hit it running now. Abi?
Yeah, of course.
You know, I tell people the greatest definition of hit the ground running. If you stayed in Lagos in the 90s before they faced that Molue, coming, have you ever tried coming down from a Molue bus? That's what they call hit the ground running, because the truth is the Molue bus never stops.
Yeah.
So what happens is that you come down from a Molue, you hit the ground, now you literally run.
So that you don't fall.
You know, the first time I tried coming down from Molue, I had not perfected. I almost broke my leg. I jumped down from the bus, I fell. So you hit the ground, now you run. You have to run forward first when you come down for the bus. That's what they call hit the ground running. I think a Molue bus typifies that. So this government said they're going to hit the ground running. We are waiting. At first, this government first took us on the wild good chase for 60 days to give us people that were below par, majorly below par as ministers. Only 3 or 4 people you can, or 5 to 6 people you can see as bright spots out of the 48. They want to tell me that the former governors that were put in there are people we don't know their capacity or competence.
Of course, we already know.
So there are many. It's just been a litany of. There's a couple of that. We are saying we are cutting costs of government. We want to increase the number of ministers 48. So it's just been a litany of failed decisions. Look at I mean, what? How many decisions have we done? Look at the palliative the president announced that I haven't touted. I supported. I said yes, it's a good one. Where is the implementation? Nothing. Nowhere to be found. Like Pastor Bakar said, we can't keep running government on impulse. There's too much impulsive decision making. There's no circumspect decision making, which is a problem. So let's watch it.
All right. And Labour now says they will go without notice. That is what they will do. They will strike without notice. That is what they told the government. And
I don't blame Labour. All I said is that, if they strike, it will, the economy will suffer and all of that. But when you also look at it, the economy is suffering already as we speak. I don't blame them. Let's move on to another story.
All right. On the Punch, we have this that says Naira slump. CBN clamps down on speculators, restrict diaspora remittances. Following the tumbling of the Naira at the parallel market in recent times, the Central Bank of Nigeria... Okay.
No, I know that story. I feel CBN is not telling the truth. CBN is just to say that it is that is filtering to the black market that is causing this speculators to economies. If that's why that is actually coming into the black market, then you should have a lot more dollar, and the price shouldn't be this high. So the problem is supply. Even in the ironing window, go and check. People hardly get dollar in the ironing window.
That is exactly what is happening.
People are finding it difficult to get in the ironing window. So everybody is going to the black markets. And the black market is overburdened. The black market is overburdened. So there's no dollar in the ironing window. That's why you see speculators having, if there's no dollar in the eye, is that 774? But it is this same CBN that caused the problem. Because one breath, this CBN says, we're managed floats. We are putting our hands off. Blah, 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 blah. But this CBN still wants to control everything. Ask this same CBN, why is that when a major oil company wanted to sell dollar to banks, they said no, sell it to the CBN, let the CBN sell to banks. Why didn't they allow the banks to take over? So these are the things. They are saying one thing in one breath, they are not saying another thing, so there's a supply glut. And now, demand for dollars. I was talking to a parent yesterday that has child in America.
Yeah.
He said he wants to start looking for dollar to buy. School fees is coming out.
Yeah, of course.
Bills are already out. At least parents that have numerous children abroad, you see, averagely $10,000 or $15,000. Maybe even if they do instrumental payment plan, thousands and thousands of dollars. Where are they going to get that from? So, and the I&E window is not even doing anything because there's no supply in the I&E window. Their best bet is if they look to defend. I don't think we have the results enough. If he's saying he wants to run out speculators, maybe he's gotten money somewhere, to defend. Maybe we'll see in the coming days. Or they want to touch our either to depleted 18 billion or 20 billion reserves to be able to defend. Either way, they need to look for money or they need to go and look for but the question you should also ask the CBN governor, the acting CBN governor that is speaking, is that when you were about to take this decision on unification of rates, and when you were about to, what was the arsenal you had to defend your currency? What was the money, the bulk money you had around to defend your currency? I bet he can't answer you that question. Any day you see him asking, did you have enough arsenal to defend your currency when you floated? At least from their books of 2022, I'm not sure they have enough arsenal, and I'm not sure Nigerian foreign reserve has increased with over 50 or 20 billion in the space of 1 year, which have in fact the results have been depleted. So it was obvious they didn't have arsenal to defend, that you want to buy the floats in an economy that is highly dollarized. So what are you expecting to happen? Magic, Abi?
It's not possible.
So these are part of the thought out decisions that are being made constantly that we frown at. You went to float,
Yeah.
You didn't have something to do. Then it's just like you going to, what is it called? It's just like you going to war and you didn't have bullets in your gun, and enemy fire started to bombard you.
And you couldn't fight back.
And you can't fight back. That's what's happening.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just like you going to war. It was when you now got to the war front, when they shot the enemy shot the first bullet, you now check and say, there's no bullet in my gun barrel. Jesus Christ.
Where would I go find bullet? Where would I go find ammunition? I need to look for it here and there.
So all you are doing now is you are dodging enemy fire, hoping that some point maybe bullet will come from the sky, or maybe with a little bullet reserve and all of that. So that's what the CBN.
We're really in a very difficult situation. Let's move to this other story. There's this other story also talking about more difficulty. Diesel price hit 950 naira per liter. Manufacturers fear shutdown and job losses.
Okay, you can see the hardship now, and these are the things we keep saying, and that's why we keep calling, and that's why I say, hey, I even need to address this. That's why when the government spokesman went ahead to say that if we start to produce locally, it's not going to reduce the price of petrol. Please, he should stop that, and people should advise him to watch what he says. Do you know that over 40% of our foreign exchange is spent on importing petrol products? So if we move 40% of our forex body, is it not going to even help us save our forex better?
Even if it is half of that 40%, it's going to help. Let it be 40.
I think I remember last year there was a story that said MFLS was speaking, I think, on the silence of the summit abroad. He said that, and that was the argument that Mr. MFLS kept on making, that if Dangote refinery comes on stream and produces, we'll be able to cut our forex bill tremendously. And another thing, the spokesperson that said that he does not know, is that does he know about something called DCA, a direct crude allocation? It was a scheme that was set up in the 90s so that we're going to have energy security for our 4 refineries that were working well then. In fact, the capacity of our 4 refineries was 445,000 barrels of crude per day. And that was the benchmark set, that out of our daily production, NNPC will take out that amount and sell to our local refineries to be able to produce fine for us. But you see, over the years, because our refineries have not worked optimally, then NNPC has to use that thing to do crude swap and some other thing, and which most of the money they don't remit some of the time. There's an extensive report on it. Just go and go to my Twitter page. I posted that report yesterday. Go and read that report. Let's discuss it on tomorrow. I posted that report yesterday. It's a very important report.
Okay, I will after the show.
It's a very extensive report on the DCA allocation.
Okay.
On the direct crude allocation. So there's, although it's not backed by legislation,
okay,
but there's a provision that a certain amount of crude must be pumped into our local market.
That's a guarantee.
And if that crude is pumped, guaranteed, and if that crude is pumped into the local market and the crude refiners buy that with naira, then you'll be able to reduce the burden on the dollar. So what is that government spokesperson saying? Doesn't anyone know about this?
Again, so now coming back to this issue of diesel, this 7.5% VAT on automotive gas oil that government are charging, don't you think it is high time for the government to take away this 7.5 VAT on diesel to encourage the manufacturing sector?
I think it is because the hardship is enough.
Of course.
I think it is. I think the earlier they take it, the better it is. I think it is. It's way too much. The other argument the government will tell you is that anything that will bring in revenue for us. But you see, you can't overtax sectors that are structurally stressed already. Most manufacturing sectors in the world are manufacturing countries enjoy number one, cheap electricity. 2, good access to markets. 3, less security encumbrances. 4, viable economic thresholds. Today, Nigeria is not enjoying, and Nigerian manufacturers are not enjoying any of this. That's why goods are not competitive. There's no access to electricity. You pretty much produce electricity yourself. There's security encumbrances all over the country. Do you know that there's a story in the Sun newspaper a couple of days ago that was saying that crude oil transporters are already complaining that if kidnapping goes on, they will stop supplying crude. They will stop supplying petrol to some parts of the country. Tanker drivers. They said they kidnap a lot of them.
Yeah.
And the company are saying they can't continue with that. The economy policy, too much policy somersault affect business. So it's so hard. Then also tax overhang. Income taxes are very high in Nigeria. Business pay over 65 to 70 taxes. Anyway, that's why the government is not saying we need to fix the tax problems for businesses. So these are the numerous problems on ground. And the earlier we solve them, the better for us.
All right, now let's take a look at this one. That it's talking about security. Now you brought us to that because you talk about the tanker drivers who are saying they can not go. They may not be going to some part of the country as a result of incessant kidnapping. This one is on the Guardian newspaper, even though I also saw it on other papers. It's also on the Vanguard. Bandits shoot down military helicopter in Niger, kill 13 soldiers.
It's just so sad. My commiserations to all the gallant troops that lost their lives. But it's just so sad, the state of insecurity. And you see, a lot of people that think that unification of the Naira alone will bring foreign investors. I'm sure they understand that foreign investors also read Nigerian newspaper. And when they see all this banditry, it doesn't make them want to come into Nigeria.
Of course.
So we need to fix our problem collectively. That's why you see, we've not had, and look at policy somersault also causing a problem. We've not had any major investment in the oil sector in the last 10 years.
And that's part of the reason why it has been deregulated.
Yeah. What?
I said, and that's part of the benefit that we should have get after deregulation, but we are not getting.
We can't get because you see, what you ought to have done 20 years ago, you are just doing is now it's no longer fit for purpose. And these people have gone to better climes. So I tell people, getting foreign investors is like wooing a woman. At first, you have to be on your best behavior. And you have to at least set up dates, attend dates. But you see, if you are not doing all of this, and you want your economy to be good or bad, it's not happening. No security, chaos, kidnapping, hurt, pain of the people. And you think foreign investors will just come and dump their dollar?
Impossible.
You are seeing the airline sector now. How difficult it is for the airline sector to repatriate their funds out of Nigeria. So these are the problems we need to fix. Pure and simple.
All right, lastly, there's this story that appears on a lot of papers talking about the clash between Nigerian military and LASMA in Lagos. I'm sure you are in a better position to give us details of that particular story.
Yes, it is very, very sad what is happening. But it's a reflection of our security forces, and it's very sad, and we just always call them to conduct themselves well, and be moral, and be just in the society, because if they don't do it, it puts a bad light. What what happened before was there had been an altercation between the last month official and what's it called official in the course of last week. So these are the things that snowballed into what we have today. But it's also very sad that you have two uniformed men fighting, and the military should caution their people, just as well as the police. I mean, the last month official should also caution people. Let's build a country that is sane and sensible. It is well with Nigeria, and it will be well with us.
Amen. And this story is related to you, Mr. Rufai, talking about the elderly. This headline, I almost forgot. WHO task federal government on better deal for older persons as population soars.
I've been saying that there's a need for an elderly care bill.
Yeah.
Elderly and youth care bill is very, very important. Please let us do it once and for all.
All right, and we also we've also forgot to open our show with a prayer, so we can close it with a prayer actually.
Okay, very good. Yeah, we forgot. Please, Mr. Fabio, you need to tell us what was the content of the prayer you sent as email to people, and where did that money come from. Our advocacy will never stop. We keep asking the question. It will be on record that we did it for 10 days. We're on day 3, Abi?
Yes.
It will be on record that we did it for 10 days. Okay. We forgot to do the one in Lagos. Probably we'll do it tomorrow. Okay. But it will be on record that we did it for 10 days. Pure and simple.
All right. Thank you very much for your wonderful opinion, Mr. Rufai Oseni. We value your contribution as always.
Bless you.
Have a nice day ahead. All right, that was Mr. Rufai Oseni, who had given us his own perspective to some of the stories that we have brought to you. And we closed with a prayer. Of course, that has been our tradition. We said we're going to be doing this for 10 days for Gospel Akwabiu to hear us and reveal the content of that prayer that he sent to the senators. Let Nigerians know what kind of prayer, so that probably we also seek for those kinds of prayer as Nigerians also. Not that we don't understand what is happening, but we want him to come explain. For the benefit of doubt, let him be the one to do the explanation himself. So at this juncture, we will call it a wrap on Front Page Review on Voice of the People 96.1 FM. Today's edition, 15th August 2023. My name is Ali Udoma. Do well to stay with us, and please don't change your dial. I will be paying some bills, and after now at 8 o'clock will be time for Igbo Amaka. Same Front Page Review, but in Igbo language. Variety is our spice. We speak your language. Stay with us and please don't change your dial. Ali Udoma signing out for now.